Question: how well do you really know yourself? Keep that question in the back of your mind. We'll get right back to it. Carl Jung once said that everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an insight about ourselves. Have you ever known somebody whose anger or their negativity has ruined your life, your gatherings, and your environment? Or maybe that's you or me. But what if it doesn't have to be that way? What if you can have a beautiful existence? What if you can have a beautiful life and you can actually have a beautiful gathering as well as communicate with people in an effective way? Well, that is very possible. How? Two words: emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is one of the most important traits for a leader, whether you're a parent, whether you're a business leader or a sports leader, whatever it may be. Understanding emotional intelligence can actually change your life for the better. In fact, research shows that people who have a high degree of emotional intelligence, they are more successful and even healthier than those who don't. You see, we would like to think that we're more logical more often than not. But in reality, data shows that we're much more emotional as human beings in terms of what we do. So understanding that can change the entire dynamics and the paradigm. A couple of studies that can help elaborate on that. The Stanford Marshmallow Experiment, a very famous study that looked at young children at the age of 4 years old who were invited to actually take a marshmallow and eat it. They said that you can have this marshmallow, it's yours. However, if you wait until we, the researchers, step away, and when we come back, if the marshmallow is still there, you'll get another one. You'll get a second marshmallow. And they wanted to see if some of the children had delayed gratification and what's the implications of that. Meaning, were they willing to delay and defer till the researchers came back in order to get the second marshmallow, or did they take the marshmallow and eat it right away? Well, the children who actually waited and got the second marshmallow, they tracked them over their lifetimes, and they found that they were happier, healthier, wealthier, and they did better on almost every metric of life. In fact, they did a follow-up study on the Stanford Marshmallow Experiment 30 years on, and they actually found that people who were inclined to delayed gratification, meaning they waited for the marshmallow, they actually reverse parked because they were thinking about how to get out later down the line. So this is the impact of it. Now, that's one aspect of it. Happier, healthier, wealthier if you have higher emotional intelligence, because it requires the emotional intelligence to be able to control yourself to delay gratification and not eat the marshmallow right away. That's one study. Another very important study was looking at health. People who had had a heart attack, this was a clinical study that looked at people who had had a heart attack. One group of them were actually they just continued on as normal. The researchers gave a second group, they gave them anger management training. And they wanted to see if this anger management training actually had an impact on reducing the rate of a second heart attack in the patients. And in fact, they found that this anger management training actually reduced the likelihood of a second heart attack, because when you're in an angry state, you increase your probability of having a heart attack, especially if you've already had one. So this is where emotional intelligence can help you gauge yourself better. Emotional intelligence has two main elements to it. One is self-recognition, understanding yourself, and the other is recognizing others and how to deal and relate with others. I want to focus on self-analysis first. What's the first step to emotional intelligence? Understanding ourselves. As a leader, you have to be able to understand yourself so that you can actually ultimately understand others and help influence them for the better. So what's the first step? The first step is to recognize and label your emotions. That is, to realize that I'm feeling a certain way. What's the name of this? Oh, it's anger. Oh, I'm feeling a certain way. What's the name of this? Negativity. I'm feeling a certain way. What's the name of this? XYZ, fill in the blanks. That's the first step. The second step is to identify the cause. What is causing me to feel this way? For example, your friend, for example, doesn't invite you to a gathering, whereas they may have invited others. Now, you may get upset that how dare they not invite me? They invited other people. I didn't get the invite. That may cause you to get upset. But when you really think about it, you may realize that, hey, I have some exams going on. Or for example, or I've got a lot going on in terms of work and I may not have the time. And maybe my friend decided not to give me the invite because they didn't want to tempt me to go away from these things in order to be at this gathering of theirs. So identifying that will help you recognize. And that's the first step to emotional intelligence. There's a lot more to be said, but we're going to stop this for you here. Use this self-recognition so that you can make the world a better place, a happier place, and ultimately make it better in totality. I hope this helps you. Go out there and make the world a better place. All the best to you.